Hey, there we go. We
Hello.
started. How you doing,
Hi.
Ruth Davidson?
I'm doing pretty good, Dom. Yep.
That's good. I'm doing good too. Thanks very much for asking.
Oh yeah, I didn't even ask. Sorry. That's
Oh,
awful.
well, there you go. Schools are joining
It's
us
all about
now.
me. It's all about me. That's it.
Well, welcome to National Space Day 2023. I hope you're all looking forward to expressing yourselves in the atmosphere, intergalactically, those kind of things.
Wow.
That's what we're looking to do. Ruth, are you
So
ready to do
good.
that?
I am. I'm not as switched on at the minute, but I'm ready to go. So I'm excited.
Not
I'm
as
just
pumped as I
downloading
am
just
about
downloading
going.
some of the astronaut photos. But yes.
Nice. So yeah, we are here for not international, it's National Space Day 2023.
Mhm.
National Space Day. It's all about the Brits going into space. That's what we're all about. So that's what we're doing
Yep.
today. Right, digital leaders, what things do we need to say before we get started? Ruth, rule number 1, what is it?
If you get stuck and are left behind, you can hit pause on the video and we'll be frozen in time and space. And then when you choose, you can resume us. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. We'll be frozen in time and space. That is
Yep.
true. So do work
Mhm.
alongside us when we're using Adobe Express. Don't feel like you have to keep up because you'll get plenty of time to catch up. So you kind of
Mhm.
have one eye on your own screen doing your own thing, have another eye on us doing our thing. And what
Yep.
we're going to do is I'll be using the desktop version. So the browser version, if you're on a laptop, desktop, Chromebook, you'll be following generally what I do. And then we'll be switching over to Ruth on an iPad. If you're on an iPad, you're going to follow Ruth. And don't feel like you can't take tips from both of us because you absolutely can, because Ruth does
Mhm.
way better stuff than I do. So most of all,
Mhm.
maybe, look at some processes that I'm doing, but maybe take creative inspiration from Ruth because that's
Yep.
what she's all about. So yeah,
That's it.
do try and keep up with us, but don't worry if you're falling a little bit behind because you'll get plenty of time when we switch over to the iPad and back. So that'll give you time to catch up. But if you do feel like you're going quite far behind, just pause. Ruth, have you got a
Mhm.
problem with that?
Nope. I won't even know. It won't affect me at all. I'll still be.
Exactly. We'll just keep blabbering on the
Yep.
same old nonsense to you guys out there. Do leave us a comment, by the way. If you're here and you can leave a comment, do leave us a comment and we'll give some shout outs. That'll be great.
Mhm.
What is rule number 2, Ruth?
Before we get started,
Mm-hmm.
so rule number 2 is swag, or is that 3?
Swag. Let's do
Okay.
swag. Rule number 2 is
Testing
swag.
my memory.
So
I
if you
know.
complete both of the challenges, we're doing 2. If you complete both of them, then you get swag. But if you then go on to teach the skills that you have learned intergalactically in another class, you get VIP swag. What's that all about, Ruth?
Oh, it's like the top tier,
The top.
like all the other swag is down here, but VIP swag, woof, it's just like a wee bit better.
Exactly. It's interstellar.
Yep.
So that's great. So
Ah,
interstellar swag. Right. And rule number 3, I can't remember either.
I can't remember
Um,
either.
I can't remember
Be
either.
be good. Try it. I don't know. Try stuff. Is that what?
Great rule. I'm into that one.
Be good.
Yes, Penalag is
Is
here.
that a
Good stuff.
hello?
Hello, hello, hello to you. So keep those coming in. So let's have a look at what we're doing today. Let me just check that I'm
Mhm.
on the right screen. I think I am. So let's share my screen. Here we go. Yes. So
Yep.
this is the page which is going to be accompanying us as we go on our intergalactic adventure today. If
Mhm.
you haven't got it on your screen already, you can access it via the short link. I know not everybody can access it from the short link, but if you can, it's bit.ly/express space. Yeah, there we go. Trinant
Another
Primary
one.
School. I think I'm going to say that right. What do you think? Is that the right pronunciation?
We'll say Trinant. Though we've
Say
said it
them
right,
all.
but one. Yep.
Say them all. That's the best way. Say them all.
That's it.
Yeah, so good stuff. Well done. Right, so this is our Space Day challenge. Ruth, what is the QR code? What do you do with that if you're an iPad user?
Yep. So you open your camera, you hold it up in front of the QR code, my iPad. Yep.
Mhm.
And whenever it scans, a little yellow link will appear above it, and you just tap on it, and it will open it up for you. That's how you use them.
Ruth knows all the facts. She knows
Ruth has all the iPads as well. Yep.
So, Space Day International, or not International, Space Day Digital Leaders Challenge. What's the first challenge? The first one is graphic design. Design a graphic for a Hollywood blockbuster space adventure movie. Although it could be a Northern Ireland blockbuster space adventure movie, because Northern Ireland is massive in terms of
well known for their space travel.
Okay, maybe not for space travel, but generally in the film industry, Northern Ireland is right up there. Yeah, and Wales as well. I mean, Wales is having an absolute boom moment in terms of filming locations. Forrest Whitaker was seen there not long ago, enjoying all the sights and sounds of Wales. Yeah, right. So we've got some words which you can click. The buttons there, that's got the long link in it, which will take you through to this page. If you need the short link, it's bit.ly/Space Express. Don't get it confused with the first one, which is Express Space. This one is Space Express. Hey, I got really creative with my naming.
Hey, it does the job.
It does the job. And then we've got an iPad QR code generator in there, because if we have time, well, then we might put our challenge 2 in our challenge 1. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then number 2, I'm looking forward to this one. This is our video editing challenge. Create a trailer for an epic space adventure. Now, one thing that I have got in there is this little music tab here. Now, not everyone can access Google Drive stuff. I have made it completely open access. Don't worry if you can't access it. It's no big deal. But it will take you through to here, and you can download these different pieces of music, which I thought would be... I actually took them from the YouTube free audio library, and they're kind of, if you want to add your own music, which is different from the stuff that's in the library, then you can get them from there. But don't worry if you can't. Hey, it's Mr. Needles. He's coming all the way from NY. I was going to say NYC.
I was like, New York.
Yeah. Mr. Needles is big time. He's big time in Adobe world. We like Mr. Needles a lot. He knows his stuff. In fact, he probably knows more than we do. But let's keep that to ourselves.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone that. Sure.
Exactly. And also we have a share your work link. I've got it up here as well. Share your work. If you do manage to complete a challenge while we're on this session, you can put in your work anonymously. You don't have to put your name in. It's not a required thing. You don't have to put your school in. It's not a required thing. But if that's cool with you and your school, then do it. Ask your teacher. But you do need to put your link to your Adobe Express project, and we will be showing really good examples of work. Right. That's enough of that. Let's get on with challenge number 1. Are you ready, Ruth?
Yep, ready indeed.
Have you got your oxygen line in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just gonna say yep.
You sounded so enthusiastic. Come on.
No, I should have really come prepared with some space puns today, but sure. We'll figure it out.
I'm making mine up on the fly, so there you go.
I love it.
Right. Now, tell you what, why don't we do it so that, how are you with this with Ruth? If you get if you just show iPad people how to get started, and then we can start taking them through. Is that cool?
Yep, no problem.
Here we go.
So yes, on the iPad today, we're going to be using 2 different apps. We're going to be using Adobe Express. That's going to be for our first challenge. And then we're going to need Spark Video, which is going to be for the second challenge. So I'm going to go in, because we're doing the first challenge, I'm going to go into Adobe Express, which was already open. Oh, sneak peek. And whenever you open it, I know, I was like, whoops. Whenever you open it, you're going to see this screen, and hopefully you're all signed in. On the iPad, we're going to hit the plus button at the bottom to create a new project. And we're going to go to solid color. That's the best way to get started with this. So I'm going to go solid color. I'm going to choose white. White is the kind of classic. It's like we're starting with a blank slate. Let's get started. So I'm going to hit next down at the bottom. And then along here is where I can choose what size it is. Now you'll see there's loads of different sizes. What we want is we're making a poster. So we want this to be A4, because you may decide you want to print it out. So it makes sense. So we go along to print, and then here's A4. I hit done, and we're ready to go. And what I will do, just so that it's the same as what Dom has, is I'm just going to tap this text, and I'm just going to delete it. And then we have a blank page ready for space.
Good stuff. Ready for space.
Yeah.
Right.
Ready for space.
So really similar on the browser version, press the big plus there. And then I'm going to go custom size graphic. So this is like on the iPad when you choose your size. I'm going to go custom size graphic. I'm going to press print. I'm going to go to A4. You see, just clicking it, it's highlighted, you see. Go back on and then click next. And we don't get the sort of the options to choose our background, color and things like that. It's all ready to go. So I'm going to get rid of these templates. We don't need templates because we're digital leaders and we have all the creative ideas we need. Exactly, on our brains. So let's do that. So right, if you go to the dock here, I've put possible space film titles in here. Now, Ruth, I don't know if you know this, but I used AI to generate all of these little things here.
No way.
Yeah, I did. I went Interstellar. So cool. Isn't that cool? I mean, there were loads actually. I said, can you give me 10 names of possible space films that don't exist? And actually gave me some that did exist. But
yeah, I was gonna say Ad Astra is definitely a movie, and Solaris and Contact.
Okay.
But it's all right. It's like maybe it's like, you know, a sequel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can make your own version. So I'm actually going to go for this one, Solaris. A psychologist is sent to a space station orbiting a mysterious planet where he encounters strange phenomena from his own past. Right. I'm actually going to do it from a female astronaut point of view. So Solaris is my thing that I'm going to take for my inspiration. You can choose any of these. Doesn't really matter. Let's go back here. So if I call this Solaris, good to name your projects. You can do this on the desktop, but you can't necessarily on the iPad until the end. But first thing I'm going to do is go over to Photos, give it a click. And what would be a good background for me to search for, Ruth Davidson?
I don't know, like a barn or like a farmyard or space. Space. Okay, space would be pretty good.
Oh, honestly, Ruth, I'm not going to ask any more questions. Right, stars. I'm going to go for stars.
No, stars, universe, galaxy. Those sort of words are really good.
Hey, maybe I'll use this one because it's got like, is that a comet?
Yeah.
Is that a comet I see before me? And I'm gonna, so I've got it selected now that it's in there. And you see this little toggle here, add to background, switch it on. Look at that. And then it kind of pops because it's just resolved. The resolution has come through. And we've got a cool, I'm going to say it's a comet. Could be an asteroid. It could be.
Throw it in the comments. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know these space terms in the comments.
Let us know. We don't know. It's fine.
Right, here we go. So that's where we're starting. And then I'm going to go for text. Now for my film poster, I'm just going to press add your text. And then no, I didn't paste Solaris. So I'll just put it in there. Solaris, right. Now that I'm going to censor it. Don't know why I'm censoring really. I'm just going to make it bigger. Actually, maybe I might want to go back in here and change it to all caps. I feel like that'd be better. Right. Now that's in there. Now I'm going to start playing with it. So first thing I'm going to do is click my little color adjuster. I'll call it that. And then, color adjuster. And then maybe what I'll do is, now this is a Ruth Davidson tip. She's always upstaging me. And I'm going to choose like a goldy kind of color from my comet stroke asteroid stroke something else, but actually I don't like it, so I'm just going to go with the green, the yellow, and then make it a bit darker. Yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty intergalactic to me. And then I'm going to go for font recommendations. Now if I press explore more at the bottom, you can see they're in there. Actually, maybe it'll change if I click back on font recommendations. Yeah, now they're in yellow. You see, that's better. Now I can press explore more down here. Now there's all sorts of stuff here. Now, if you go show more, you'll get even more, but I quite like that one. That's reminded me of Stargate. Remember that film?
Oh my goodness. I can't even tell you how obsessed I am with that movie. So I'll just stay quiet.
Yeah, that is a classic.
That's me in. Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
That's way before. It's probably only me, you, and Mr. Needles who remember that.
Yep.
Right.
For sure.
Now I'm going to censor it. You see the way I've censored it there? So you can choose any font you like, but make sure that it's censored. Otherwise, I get upset. And
Yeah,
then
it does.
I like the way this A does that thing. You see, it's making me feel all kinds of spacey things. And that's where we are right now. So to give people time to catch up with us, let's shift over to Ruth. Get us there, please, Ruth, on your iPad of Doom.
Yeah, of Doom. Okay. So I'm going to go, we're going to start off by adding our background in. So I'm going to go to add. And then down at the bottom, you can go to photos if you've got any of those space backgrounds installed. But I'm going to go to Adobe stock because why not? It's the best thing to search. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to type in, I don't have my keyboard connected. I'm going to type in stars. And I'm going to see, I'm going to pick a different one just because Dom knows I like to pick different from him. So I'm going to pick this blue one because I like that sort of blue, I don't know, space thing. And then I'm going to hit add one. And then on the iPad, this is cool. So if I hit move freely, it's just going to bring it in that I can move it about. But I actually do want to pin it to background. So I'm going to tap on pin to background and it automatically brings it in. It looks great. If I want to move it,
check that one out.
Yeah, it does look pretty good actually. I'm going to move that across, you see, so I can have a bit darker if I want. So it's, you don't lose your image, you can just move it about. It's just called cropping. It just crops your image. So I think I'm going to just move it to the side. And then I'm just going to tap off the picture, just on this sort of gray area to the right. And then all my options at the bottom have come up again. That's the thing with the iPad. Whatever is selected, the options will appear at the bottom. If I don't want anything and I want to add something, I have to have nothing selected. So I'm going to go to add and I'm going to go to text. We don't get any fancy options. We just get straight into it. So I kind of, I'm going to do lunar. My keyboard is not connected. This is the worst. Yeah. So I'm going to do, I keep typing on my computer. So I'm going to do lunar. And I'm going to hit done. Ooh. And I'm going to do exactly the same as what Dom originally did, which is move it about, get it in that center, get that lovely pink line coming up whenever I move it about. And I'm going to go to color, tap on the text, and I can do exactly the same. I don't really have, if I choose blue, it's going to get lost. So actually, Dom is correct in that yellow is one of the better ones because anything with blue, yellow is a good contrast color. Just wondering which yellow. I think I'm going to go for the middle yellow. Right. And then I don't really like that font. It's all right. It's not super exciting. So I'm going to hit font at the bottom. And you can have a look around. There are recommendations in here as well.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation.
Yeah, I find sometimes on the iPad they take a wee while to load.
Right.
Is the only thing. No, there it is. And it only loads 4 options. So I'm just going to go into font just because it's going to be boring, everyone watching me sit and wait for something to load. But you guys can do that if you want to. And I'm just going to see which font I think might work best for this. I quite like that font.
That's a cool one.
That is really cool. I've never seen it. Megrim, I don't know. But yeah, so there's a lot of different fonts that you can kind of have a look and play with once you've sort of selected it. Oh, that one's just really boring. Boring doesn't necessarily mean bad as well. I quite like that. It's maybe a bit thin. So what I'm going to do, I might mix it up and put my text at the bottom.
Always making it different.
Always making it different. I know, sorry. And then I'm pretty happy with that one. It is a bit weird. It does look like Lunab. I don't know if that.
No, that's good. I like that. That's cool.
Okay. And I think that's where you are, isn't it? You got the photo and the text. Yeah. That's us.
So for anyone who wants to race ahead, this is what we're kind of going for, this thing here. Okay. But let's get there. So have a drink in of that one, and then we'll go back here. And this is where we are. So I'm doing it slightly different to what it was before. Now, what we need to do is put like sort of a main photo on there. I mean, like as it is now, it looks all right, but there's not really a lot of detail in there. So I'm going to go in here, and what I'm searching for is let's go female astronaut. I did search for that somewhere else. Right. So these are all a bit different to the ones that I found before because I was using a different account. So you could just go to astronaut, right? Now, what you're looking for here is something where you feel like you can take the background out really easily. Okay. Now we've got this one, which is like an astronaut on a mobile phone. What's that about? What is
quite like it? Wait for it. He's phoning home. Womp, womp.
It's not even a human. It's a gorilla. What on earth? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm not into that one. Take that one out.
What's
But
wrong with that?
now there's not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with gorillas. I've got nothing against
No, I
gorillas.
know. It's just weird.
Yeah. So let me try and find one which I feel like I can take the background out of. Now you can do this. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, this one's perfect. Really, scale it up a bit, and then you can press remove background, right? And then this is going to come in here. Yeah, perfect. Like it. And then once that's in there, you can do things like flipping it around. You could do it upside down, I guess, but maybe not. So I'll put it in there, and then I'll kind of make sure it's centered. See that pink dotted line, which is great. Now the background. The one thing with that is I'm losing my comet. So maybe I'll bring it. There you go. Kind of like that. This is looking good to me. And then what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to, what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to go to shapes, right? I want to do something here which is going to look really funky in the background. So I'm going to type in concentric, right? So like concentric circles. Yeah, I know. And then you've got all sorts of things you could put in. And now, I mean, actually, the triangle one would be pretty cool.
Would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, going back to Stargate, isn't it? That's why you're smiling.
I know, man. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Now, I could put that in there and I could center it, right? But then I don't want it to be obscured by I don't want it to be in front of my astronaut. I want it to be behind. I'm going to open up my layer stack, bring it down, boom, it goes in there. Now, I don't mind that, but you can't really see the top of it. So I'm going to replace it. And I'm actually going to go down here to this fourth one, center aisle. Okay. So center aisle. I feel like I'm on supermarket sweep.
I know, I love that. Yeah. Another reference that everyone's going to get for sure.
Yeah. So I've got that in the middle. And then actually you're going to reduce the opacity ever so slightly. Maybe even change the color so it's a bit sort of more washed out, I think. And then I like this. This is good. Right. I think we're going to pass it over to Ruth to let other people catch up. And then also to see what Ruth has got cooking in her kitchen. Let's go.
So my movie's called Lunar. So I'm going to do exactly the same techniques as Dom, but mine's just going to look a wee bit different. So instead of searching astronaut, I'm going to search moon because, lunar kind of makes sense. Yeah. And I'm kind of torn over which picture to go for, but I think I'm just going to keep it simple and go for the top left. So I'm just going to tap on the moon and hit add one. And this time I'm going to do move freely. You don't want to add to collage because it's going to add it to the background. So if I hit move freely in, I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Ooh. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit at the bottom. I'm going to tap on remove background. And hopefully, I mean, it's pretty much removed it. And what I was going to possibly do just to try it out was I was going to put a little filter, a color on top of the moon so that it doesn't just look like a moon. We'll see. So I'm going to go to looks, I think it is. Yep. And I might go duotone.
Oh,
but yeah, I know. Oh, that's pretty.
That was a cracker.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That's a cracker.
So I'm going to go for that because it's like a different kind of lunar. I don't know. It looks like
Mars. It looks like Mars.
It does look like Mars. I know. Maybe it's Mars. I don't know.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to go to add. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to go to shapes. And I'm going to search. It's because you made me so conscious of the way I say shape. I say shape because I'm from Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do concentric. And I'm kind of, I mean, round.
Cool ones down the bottom, weren't there?
There are. Oh, yes. Like the sort of eyeball-y ones.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm thinking if it's a round object,
and
would
you've
it
already
look
got a round moon.
Yeah, I wonder would something like that work? Like squares behind it. But I don't know. It might just look a bit weird.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Play with the order.
I know. So on the
Oh,
iPads, the order is slightly different. I just realized I'm like this the whole time. Sorry, my iPad's a bit lower.
don't you worry.
On the iPad, there's a wee bit different. There's no like layers button. You have to go to the order along here, and you just drag it behind. Mm,
I mean, actually, in front works, doesn't it? Maybe you could
in
do it in
front.
front and then lower the opacity.
Mm.
Ooh.
Well, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm
I like it.
thinking,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, this is us. You can tell this is totally planned,
Yeah.
this workshop. But this is the best way to learn is just by trying out things.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like a nice purple color.
Mm,
Might work, or like a
yeah.
blue. If I go
Yeah, like
blue,
an
go
inky blue. Yeah.
blue's pretty cool. It's like a pattern, something like
Oh,
that. You can play around with it, but it's
gosh.
exactly. Remember, I've used exactly the same techniques as what Dom has done, but we've both got slightly different, not slightly, totally different
Yeah.
products. So yeah,
Yeah.
mm,
Absolutely. Right. Let me
cool,
wrestle
cool.
it back and try and
Go
get some
for it.
self-respect after she's just blown me out of the water. Right. I tell you what I did. I had this. It was looking like this before, and I flipped it, and somehow I thought that was better. I thought that was better, and maybe even
Which one did you say?
I flipped the background. Somehow I
Oh
thought
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that worked better. Somehow.
It does look better. Yeah.
I think it's because on the left-hand side, the concentric circles are thinner, so you actually get to
Yeah.
see more of that comet, asteroid / we don't know what it is. So
Yep.
that's good. And then I tell you what else I'm going to do is I want to put a little line of text below this title Solaris so that people can
Mm-hmm.
get kind of an idea of what this is or what this movie's about, or at least intrigue them. So I'm going to select my astronaut. I'm going to select my concentric circles by pressing Shift now and selecting it. So that means I get them both together. You can see the two sort of bounding boxes, I think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to shift them down. So I get a little bit more space in between here. And then go to text, add some text. And I have actually got this here, strange phenomena and her own past. I don't, I mean, what does that even mean? I don't
I
know.
know.
But I mean, if I saw that, I'd want to go and watch it. So, hey, why not? So I've got that there. I'm going to stick it right in the center. There we go. But I'm going to change the color to white. There we go. And then I'm going to also change the font because I want something really simple, because I feel like it's less readable like that. So maybe that's, yeah, not
Yeah.
quite. No, yeah, 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 not that one either. Yeah, maybe. Let me see. I feel like that's a bit chunky, actually.
The T's are weird in that font.
Yeah, I don't mind them being weird, but it needs to be, I think it needs to be thinner.
I agree.
So let's see what we've got in here. How about that? Ooh, quite like that. I
Yeah.
do quite like that. It's Airbound thin, whatever that means. I mean, you can just click through here and have a look. That one's not bad either. I tell you what you can do with this, which is quite cool, is you can do that, and then once you've got it there, do the letter spacing.
Nice.
And then, how does that look? Yeah, I'm happy with that. But I am going to select it and just make sure that it's in the middle. There we go. Strange phenomena and her own past. Don't forget, mine's about a psychologist. So you probably got all sorts of crazy thoughts going through her head while she's floating in space. So there you go. That's how you do that. Ruth is going to finish us off while you catch up and do all your own stuff. And then we'll show you how to share. Off you go, Ruth.
Yep. So I am
What have you done there?
I duplicated it and rotated it so it looks more like geometric kind of style, and I made one of them slightly darker. That's all. I'm just playing around with it. So on the iPads, you can't just click and drag objects. It's just one of the things that we can't do. So to move everything up, because I need to add like a little subtitle in, I'm going to tap on the moon or anything on the page, and in edit, you're going to see select multiple. When I tap on that, this like it's almost like a new screen comes up. So if I tap on other objects, it's going, I see this is where, yeah, there. I've got these 3 selected, which means that I can go next, and then I can actually resize them and move them up a bit to make room for moving our lunar title up. So I'm going to move lunar. It's simplicity though. That's all. Yours looks great too. And I'm going to call it. I kind of feel like it should have a subtitle. So like lunar.
Okay, you've got an astronaut uncovers a secret that could change the course of history, but also puts it in danger from a powerful enemy of the Earth.
Yep, the last eclipse.
Ooh. Okay.
Last eclipse. And then what I'm feeling is I'm feeling exactly the same as Dom. Now, obviously, that font is, those E's are awful in the font.
I like them.
Oh, they're a bit weird. They look like Z's. I feel like it's sleeping. So I'm going to tap on it. I'm going to go to font. I know it's so stupid. This is where my brain goes. And I'm going to find something really simple because we have a fancy font.
Oh, what about that one? What's it called? Asiatic? What's that one?
Where are you?
Right in between Harmon and Flood. Can't quite see what it says.
Oh,
Asiatic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. It's quite small. Yeah, it's nice. It's maybe a bit too thin. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's good.
That's the one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this. Now you'll notice I did change the color of my lunar to match my moon, which Dom says is electric, but it looks really nice. And then I think I might just keep it simple. Go for white.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the opacity down a bit so it doesn't stand out too much.
Yeah.
And pretty.
Yeah.
The last eclipse. I feel like
maybe
that's
you could
cool.
space out the letters as well. Maybe do the.
Oh, good shout. So we can do. You're exactly right. Because it's space, we want to create some space between them.
Oh, that was good. That was good,
know, right?
Davidson.
So I'm getting there. I'm waking up. So I'm going to go to spacing along the. So I've got my last eclipse text selected. I'm going to go to spacing. And what you'll notice is, let me zoom in a wee bit actually, so it's easier to see.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tap on my title. I'm going to go to spacing. And as I stretch this
on the, it's all the same stuff as you can do on the desktop as well.
Yep.
That's
and
so nice.
I'm going to make it just slightly small. I don't want it to line up too much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, cool. That is really cool. That font makes it though, to be fair.
Yeah, that's really cool. Wow, man.
Very
that's amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
So cool. Right. I will show people how to share. So if you want to download your image, you can just press download here. You can decide which one you want to use. If you're going to print it out, print PDF because that'll give you the best quality. So I'll choose that. And in mine, it will give you the file name will be the same as the project name, which is why I say to name your project, start download, and it's going to come out. Come on, there we go. And it's going to pop in here. I'm going to say save in my downloads. Cool. And then I'm going to press share, publish. Now you have to do it like this if you want anybody else to see it, because if I just come out of this, right, you see this massive long URL right at the top here, this one here. If you send that to anyone, no one can see it. So if you're going to share your work with us, then you have to make sure that you've pressed share, publish, and then you can share it via Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or click link, and then it will get my link ready. And let me just put a little share your work. So there's a ticker at the bottom now. If you want to share your work with us, because we're going to give you about 5 minutes now to have a go yourselves, to finish off what you've been doing already. And then what I want you to do is copy that link. You can go over to, if I go back to our space, share your work, click that link. Come on, open up. Come on. There we go. And then I can put Dom in here, my school, Dom school. And then I put my link in here. And then it will come through to us. And we'll be able to put some on the screen and showcase some good work. Okay, Ruth, show us how to share, please.
No problem. So on the iPad, you're going to notice in the top right, there is the arrow down button and an arrow up button. Down will download it onto your iPad. The up button will share it out. So we want to hit the up arrow, which is the top right icon. So I'm going to tap on that. It's just going to prepare my project. It really doesn't take that long on the iPads. And what I can do is, that's where I can save the image. But if I scroll across, you're going to see copy link. So I'm going to tap on copy link. It's going to prepare it. And then it'll tell me whenever it has copied it. So there, it's copied. And that now means I can go into Safari. Here's our little challenge. So I'm going to go share your work. I think it's already there. In here, I can go Ruth, Space Primary. Great, very original. And then I can just go here. I can paste. And then if I hit submit, Dom is going to receive that. Yes. And that's how we share it. Okay. Very easy on the iPad, thankfully.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Awesome. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a little music on. Why not? Where are we?
Oh, you space music?
Good, but not that good.
No.
Okay, got a little background music. So we're going to give you about 5 minutes now. I'm actually going to demo, or maybe we'll both demo, I'm not sure, but demo having a go at something else as well. So if you want to mute us, you can. If you've done one and you want to try another one, you can watch us do one. This will be pretty fast, but just to show you how to do things in a different way. But otherwise, you've got about 5 minutes now, and then we'll have a look at work that is being sent in. Okay, so another one that I did was, if I go back to my projects here, where's it gone? Oh yeah, this one was this one, right? Contact. Nice. So I did all sorts of stuff in here. I'm trying to remember how I started. It was with what's the background? Oh yeah,
blurred color. Was it blurred colors or something?
Yeah, so it started off with search blurred colors. Okay, so let's go back here. Don't forget, you can mute us now to get on with your own work. If you're working on one, if you want to work on another, then you can watch us here. So let's go home, press the plus, custom size graphic, press print, A4. So start off in exactly the same way. Okay, now get rid of the templates. I'm going to go to backgrounds. Okay, so blurred colors. Okay, right. Well, we've got all sorts of weird stuff in here. Let's have a look. Right. Oh, where was it? This one's quite cool, actually. Right, so put that in there. Now, as it is now, not that exciting, really. But what we can do is put a filter on it. Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah, it's looking good. I wonder what the filter was in this one. It was the blue and the yellow. Okay. Right, so blue and the yellow. Let's go there. Switch it up. Yeah, okay. Now that that's in there, you can rotate it so that the sort of stripe is, in a different position. So I'm going to do mine there. That looks pretty good. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to put, let me just check the order layer of my other one. Right. So yeah. So then what I did was I wanted to make it kind of grainy. So I think I went to design assets, search for texture.
Nice.
If you've got any comments or anything like that, or anything you want to see, do let us know. Otherwise, I'll put my texture in. Now, that's pretty strong. But what I can do is make it so that it's big enough, and then just bring the opacity right down, so it's just got a grainy sort of feel to it. But it's not dominating it so much. Right. Next thing. I'm going to go to design assets again. This time I'm going to put planet in there. Now you have all sorts of stuff in here, but I scrolled down a bit further and found these bad boys. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for something like this one. And there it is in there. Actually, what I might need to do is I might need to switch up the order on this a bit, so that the planet is behind the texture. So I've centered it for now. I can move it around if I want. I'm also going to reorder that There you go. Makes it kind of grainy.
Nice.
And then also put a filter on it. If you like it, then you should have put a filter on it. That's what I always say. And then that's a bad one, wasn't it?
No, do you know what? The duotone filter is one of the most useful filters in all of the Express.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I'm just going to change this slightly so that there we go. That's what I'm looking
You're
at.
going for a full retro look. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, the retro look.
Love it.
And then text, add my text. Contact is going to be this one. Okay, so I'm going to bring it up here, but I'm actually, this isn't quite doing what I thought it might do.
Oh yeah, split up.
Okay, yeah. And then I'm going to align it. Can I align it? There we go. Right. This is kind of how I want to do it. And then add some line spacing or not line spacing, letter spacing. Woo! Look at that. I keep it in the middle. Then maybe go for a font recommendation or two. Yeah, nice. Change the color to maybe like an orangey yellow.
Yellow's probably going to be yellow. Just harmonize with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because it was all about contact, I was thinking about like radio wavelengths and things like that. So I'll go to shapes and I go to wavelength. Okay, so there were a few in here. Oh, actually, that one's cool. I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So when you're thinking about radio contact and stuff like that, you know, you're going to have radio waves in there.
Oh, we should put it like behind the planet so it looks like it's coming out of the planet.
Oh, that's why she's here.
Or in front.
Yeah, let's go behind.
See if it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It might be a bit too tall, this one. Maybe
Might be,
I could
actually.
replace it. What have we got down here? Or maybe I put sound wave, actually. Sound wave. But I think we'll move on in a sec anyway. What have we got? I'm looking for something much thinner.
Oh.
That one.
They are all quite tall, aren't they?
Yeah, they are actually. I can't remember the one I found before. Anyway, that looks pretty good to me. I'm happy with that. But I will change the color of it. Select that one. Go there. And then also, because it kind of joins up with
it looks like your T is joined into. Is that what you're going to say? That looks so cool.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Maybe move that up a bit so you can tell it's definitely a T. And then what else did I do here? Out in cinemas now. And then I put a couple of lines here actually. So let's do those. So like there was, there was actually human, or not human, or like contact. So I just put line in there. And I think one of the lines, there's this. Ooh, this one's better.
That's cool.
So here, you could rotate that, and then where it has the little red dotted lines where it's on a 45-degree angle. So let's do that, and then duplicate, and then spin it around. Ooh. There we go. Okay. That's looking pretty good. And to be honest, we're way over time now. So
yeah, I know.
Let's get going.
Right. To this.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, Space Primary. Let's get some more people sending some stuff in. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Or maybe we'll give people a bit more time and come back to this later.
Yep.
Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Right, okay. What we'll do is we'll come back to that in a bit. So do send in your work so that we can see it. But essentially, this is where we're at. We've done a couple of posters here, and we're ready to go on to challenge number 2. So don't forget, you can pause us at any time. Let's get that music off. Where are we? There we go. Music's off. If the sound wave looks cool with the text, thanks, Mr. Needles. You see, if you get If you get a good comment from Mr. Needles, you know you're on the right intergalactic track.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right. Let's go here. So you can pause this whenever you like and finish your stuff, or you come back to it later, whatever you want. But in the interest of time, because we've got about half an hour now, we're going to go on to video editing, challenge number 2. So let's go across to Adobe Express again. I'm going to go press the big A in the top left to get home again. And then I'm going to press the plus, go down to video. Right. Now, this is where these possible space trailer scripts come in. Okay, so I've got a couple of here, and I'm slightly nervous about doing this, but it's going to be okay.
Great.
Right, so I did example one, which is called Oxygon. Did you leave the door open? Hey, I like it. I like it. Thousands wouldn't.
No, it's great. I'm not laughing. I love it. It's great. It's good fun.
Not oxygen, oxygon.
No, oxygon.
You left the door open on the space station. Or I'm going to do a video for contact here. A signal, a search, silence. Okay, so what we'll do here is I'll call this one contact. Okay, ooh, there we go. Click next. And then I'm going to go start from scratch. Okay, do you know what? On the iPad, it's very similar. So I think what we'll do is...
Yeah, we'll just keep switching.
Yeah, I'm just worried about time slightly. So maybe if you get them going, just show them back to the app screen and then get them going. And then pretty much everyone can follow from here, I think.
Yep, no probs, no probs. So yeah, we're going to be using Spark Video. So when you tap on the app, it brings you in here. There's the inspiration. There's the videos. It looks exactly the same. We're going to hit the plus button at the bottom. I'm just going to hit skip to editor because I'm just going to go straight in. So we're going to hit skip to editor, and that's us straight in, and we're ready to go. So it's really simple on the iPad. So we're going to hit plus, skip to editor, and then we're in here. And Dom's right. It looks exactly the same. There's maybe a slight, I'll follow along, Dom, and I'll be like, this is a bit different. Yeah. And we can do it that way. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So first things first, what are we going to do? Right. So let me go back to my, actually this one's better because I've zoomed in a bit. A signal, a search, silence until. So with a trailer, you've got to keep it really nice and concise. You've got to keep it really short. So the first thing you're going to do is, the first one I'm going to do is a signal, right? So let's go to photo. Let's search for space station. So let's pretend that you're in a space station and you're trying to see if there's any life from other places, other planets, whatever it is. You could do that one maybe. That's quite cool. Okay, now here I've got some I've got like a branding thing going on here. So maybe what I'll do is take that. You can click it and take that off. You probably won't see that, but that's fine. Okay, now you can play around with this photo if you like. You can zoom in a bit. That's quite cool. I quite like that. Now, what I'm going to do is going to press the plus in the middle. Now, in terms of my layout, I'm in my full screen layout here. Okay, layout buttons are all along the top of the iPad, but here you can press the plus, text in the middle, a signal. There we go. Right. So I'm happy with that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a voiceover here. Okay. So, Ruth.
I am excited. I'm not laughing at you. I'm very excited. I've seen a sneak peek of what's happening and you guys are going to love it.
Do you know what? I'm just going to check to see what I did in mine here. This is the, this is the one. Beep, beep. Yeah, no, I did do that. I'm happy to do that. I've got no problem with it. But I just think maybe my first slide was slightly different to that. I'm just trying to make it. Right. Yeah, that was it. Right. So on my first slide, oh, there we go. I actually didn't have any text on it whatsoever because I had my voiceover on there. So are you ready? Right. Gonna click the voiceover button. I've got my mic. There it is. You ready? Boop, 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 boop. Right. There we go. Now, if I play that, oh, you can't hear it because I've got the sound off here. That's okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in another slide. Okay, for my trailer, and here is where I'm going to put a signal. Right?
Got it. So the second slide.
Yeah, second slide. So for my thing that I'm going to put in my background, let me check what I did here. Oh yeah. So let's go back here and then put in another photo here. Now, what am I going to space radar? Would that be something maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, it's the kind of thing we're going for, but let's go back to space station and see if there's anything better.
Antenna? I don't know.
Space antenna. Right. We want it to
That's
be
very similar.
yeah, we want it to be actually in space, though, don't we?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. You were closer with space station or satellite.
Satellite. There you go. Satellite. Right. This is what we're talking about. Right. Okay. So I'm going to go for the most spacey looking one that I can find. Maybe I'll go for this one because it's like a web of things.
That's cool.
Yeah. So a signal. So what I'm trying to do here is say, right, let's get a signal out there. So they picked up a signal because this film was all about contact. So here I'm going to get my mic. You see, now if you're doing this in your classroom, by the way, and you're like, there's so much noise going on, what you can do is get your coat, put it over the top, and make yourself like a little sound studio. It works really well. Like I could do it here with I've got this kind of roby which I've got going on here, but you can make your own little sound studio. You see how much that changes?
Yeah.
There you go. Ruth's looking at me like I'm a crazy man.
No, right. I'm looking at you because it genuinely works. It's brilliant. It works really well.
Right. Ruth, give me some input here. What kind of signal shall I do for this?
Are you saying like a signal? Are you saying that, or are you trying to?
No, I'm going to keep the text doing the work, and I'm just going to make a noise. Now, what kind of thing would I be picking up a signal from?
I mean, maybe a weird alien.
A weird alien, right?
Creature.
Okay. Are you ready?
I just want to hear you do a creature sound.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Now imagine if you heard that in space. Incredible.
That would frighten
me. Of course, the next thing you would probably do if that happened is you would probably go on a search. That's probably what you'd do. So here, again, I'm going to go for it. You go on a search to try and find whatever this celestial beast is.
Yep.
And here, maybe I'll go for a caption, put it in down here, a search. Right. And then I put my image in the background. Now here I'll go for astronauts again, see what I get. I'm looking for like a few astronauts maybe going on a set. Ooh, this is good. Maybe they've landed somewhere and they think this is where I think this person is or this thing is. Nice. I think maybe I'll reduce the size of my text. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Reduce it. And then I think I'll put it in the top right here, a search. Now, what kind of noise could I do on this one? Because this is all about noise. It's trying to make it atmospheric and sort of.
I suppose the only noise technically astronauts will hear is their own breathing, right?
Good one.
So, because space, no one can hear you breathe.
Right, let's go for that. I'm going to do my astronaut breathing. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm doing my sound effects, I'm making sure.
That's so Darth Vader. Yeah.
They're all about 6-7 seconds long. That's what I'm going for. So I've got my voice over there. Then what we've got to do here is I've got this bit which is silence. So here I actually don't need to do. Actually, no, I will do a voiceover. So I'm going to stick in another slide here. I'll go full screen again. I'll go for a photo in the background. Astronaut this time, just do a singular. Oh, here's a good one. Right. Here we go. Now I'm going to put my text in once it's done its spinny. Okay. Put in my text. Silence. Right. I can move this text as well. There you go. And so here, maybe I could do something like, maybe I could do a little voiceover here. So what kind of thing do you think they would say here?
Like for a movie trailer?
Yeah. No, but like, what would the actors say here? They've heard the noise. Maybe something
it's
like
the word silence, though. Are you gonna have something said?
Yeah, I think I've got you to move this story along. Hang on. That's a good one. Hang on. Let me try this.
I don't know.
Let me try this. I don't hear anything. Wait. What's that? Yeah, the tension is mounting.
My goodness, get the Oscar nomination in right now.
Loving this. Right. Let me go here. And then for my final thing, now I could go and find a photo here, and I could put something like, I mean, I suppose I could put in alien in here. I wonder what you get.
I love it though, because it's like, oh, what's that?
There's no way I can put that in.
No. But wait, what was the noise that you made originally?
It was just a sort of, a generic, a generic kind of bestial noise. But I tell you what you can do, and what I've put in our digital leaders page here is there's all sorts of images that you could use here if you don't have access to them. Just let me refresh this page because I did put in some extra. It's a space cat.
Yeah, I love that.
So I'm going to click it, right? And then you can save image as, and then I'll call it Space Cat. Okay, it's in my downloads now. You can see that there. So if I go back here, I can replace this one, go to photo, go to upload photo. And if it's on your iPad, it'll bring up your photo library. But here I'm going to pick up Space Cat, stick it in there. Now, this is great. So we found a space cat that was in orbit somewhere, which is bizarre. So I'm going to zoom in, and just so that you don't kind of get the whole kind of picture, you only get a little bit. I'm going to put it off to the side there. Pretty cool. Okay. Now, in terms of themes, you can change up your theme if you like. I might go for the noir theme. Maybe that would work quite nicely. What it does is it changes the appearance of some of the text, like the little box behind it. I think that actually works well. I'm happy with that. And then also, there's all sorts of different types of music in here that you can choose. Now, for a space type theme, the only one that really works well is the horror movie one. Now I'm playing that, but you can't hear it because I've had to mute the sound on this one. But that's probably the one which is closest to like an eerie, spacey type theme, right? But you have this ability to add my music, okay? So one of the things that I did in the challenge page is, if I come out of my Space Cat, is I put some music here. If you click this button. Now, I found these all on YouTube Music. Is the audio library which comes free. So I might go for this one and download it. You can preview them all. You can play them if you've got access to Google Drive, which most people will, but some won't maybe. But you can download it. So if you don't have access to it, don't worry about that. You just use that horror movie one, which I think is probably the best one. I'm going to click save here. It's going to go straight into my downloads. It's Medieval Astrology, it's called. So I'll go back here. And now I can, when I press add my music, it's going to open up my kind of file box here. And you see you got this MP3 even, Medieval Astrology in my project. Okay, so what I've done here, if you look through it all, is I've just kept it really, really basic. that's my opening. I've just got I just got my boop, boop, boop on that. A signal, my bizarre cat noise. So I don't want to give out too much information about what this film's about because I'm trying to entice people to go and watch my space. Then I've gone for a search. I did the astronaut breathing on there. Kind of sounded like a deep sea diver, but we're going to skate over that.
Or Darth Vader, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It still works. Yeah.
Then we had a bit of dialogue on there just to switch it up. I put my Hollywood voice on, and it was wait. And then, did I do my voice over here? No, I haven't because
no, I don't think you did. No.
Yeah. So you ready? I'm gonna do my final voiceover. Meow, meow, meow. There you go. 6 seconds of pure glory. And then for my final slide, I'm going to put the name of the film. So this one is Contact. So actually for this one, I'm going to make sure my layout is full screen. And then I'm just going to write Contact in the middle. Oh, Contact. Okay, I'm going to make it as big as it possibly can go. And then, because it's all about wavelengths, hearing radio signals from other places, when I press the plus here and go to photo, I'll go to wavelength, or maybe I'll go sound wave. See what I get in here. Nice. So what am I going to use here? I think maybe this one. Contact, or maybe that one. So you can just flick around and see which ones you like. Yeah. That one's better, I think. I think that one's better. And then once it's done its spin, then I can go in there, press my little pencil, and I could move it down slightly. Let's kind of go for it again. Yeah, just underneath the text, so you can kind of see both of them, I think. Just bring it down. Keep on, click off and click on if it's kind of getting stuck. And there we go. Right. Pretty cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to give everyone about 5 minutes to do this, but I'm also going to get this link. I'm going to share it, publish, create my link. I'm actually going to get it on this screen here that you can see so that I can play it. I wonder how I'm going to do that. But anyway, let me put some music on. But unless, Ruth, you've got some words of wisdom for iPad users? Oh, you're on mute there.
Sorry, I was recording audio. It's pretty much the same. It's just whenever you record, you have to tap and hold the button. It's not like a tap once, tap off. So, and if you need to delete your narration, you just tap on the little clock that's there, and then it'll say remove narration. That's all.
Right. Cool. Let's just see. Oh, look at what she's done here.
Well, I'm doing the same as you.
Yeah. What theme have you got on there? Yours is nicer. What theme's that?
I think it's just elevate.
Elevate.
I like the crisp. Yeah, and then a little tip. Actually, weirdly, this is such a weird tip. Whenever you've got and a word, sometimes it looks a bit strange, so I put a double space in. That's all between the A and the signal. And it's not really a tip. It's just I did that, but it just
really
reads
cool.
a bit easier.
Let me you see, Ruth has all sorts of good inspiration here.
Tippity tips, yep.
Yeah. Let me go back here, because one of the things I really liked was she had like a moon rover. Yeah, that's so good. So I can just, if I'm in the slide that I want to change, I can just click over here, and then it'll change it. And then if I change my theme, and you said it was elevate. Yeah, that's
I did elevate.
Idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Yeah, and you can also flip them, so it'll go black background and white text, I think, or maybe not.
I think what I did as well was for the text, I didn't for the layout, I didn't do caption. I did full screen, but I just made it smaller. The text. Yeah. That's maybe what it is.
Nice. I like that. And also, you did all caps with yours.
I did do all caps. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that makes a really big difference. Actually, that's a really good tip. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it all changes things up. Right, okay, let's get some music on. Ruth, can I put your screen on for a second?
Sure, of course.
Cool. So you check
figure
out
something
Ruth and what she's doing. And then what I'll do is I'll put some music on. So you got about 5 minutes here. There we go. And I'm going to go.
I think my tech is my audio working.
Yeah, it is.
But you see, here's the thing. I haven't heard this because I couldn't play it before. So here, put music on. It's okay. Put your music on. There's no problem.
Tell you what I'm going to do, Ruth. I'm actually going to send my link to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that you
so I can play it. That's probably better. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Okay. Right. I will email this to you, Ruth.
The problem is I have you in the background in my recording, but sure. But yeah, I had fun picking out the things. So I wanted it to be a dog.
Nice.
That's the only difference.
Okay. Right.
And then yes, I was going to show them how to get the music on the iPad.
Oh yeah,
okay.
do that. That'd be cool.
So I followed the link that Dom has included on this in music. Whenever you go and download something on the iPad, it'll say like, do you want to download it? And I said yes. And then up on the top right of Safari, it will appear like here in your download. So if you tap on it, it will take you into your files. This is where it gets a wee bit fiddly, but whenever it's in here, it might have been a zip file. It might be just a normal file. If it's a zip, you just tap on it and it will create this little folder. And then there's the 3 tracks that Dom has given us. So on the iPads then, it's very similar. Whenever I go to music at the top, we've got the whole library here, but I can go choose from files and I can go to downloads. Space Day is what the folder was called. So if I go to Space Day, here's the different tracks. So I'm just going to tap on this one.
Nice.
Yep. Gonna go for that one. And hopefully.
I'm in the background of that one.
I know, that's what I mean. I tried to turn you down, but I was so frightened you would say Ruth, and I'm just like muted, recording my own thing. So yeah.
Oh man, we've got some really good submissions in here.
Oh, for the posters?
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoa, this is amazing. Whoa, that's cool.
I can't, it's my, are you just looking yourself? Got you.
Yeah, no, let me switch over. So while you're
I'm jealous. I want to see too.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. Let's get some up. Okay, just while waiting, here we got some. Look at this, amazing.
Nice.
It's Green Alien. Amazing. Awesome. Got all sorts of stuff in there. I really like the
remove background. That's all I was gonna say. They really got that too.
Yeah, they got that nailed. Story of Jupiter, great. Like that. Stars. Yeah, so good animation.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
with these stars here, you could remove the background on these. That would make a big difference. That one's cool. They used a little technique there.
They did. They used my little squares.
Yeah, maybe look to use a different color on that gray, maybe like a deep blue or something. Maybe reduce the opacity. That'd be cool. That's cool, isn't it?
That is cool.
That's nice. The black hole.
Good. Wasn't expecting that.
I know.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I know. It's super creepy, isn't it?
Like, and that's great though. The last one.
Yeah, this is good. Look at this. The eclipse that never stopped.
Ooh, I would watch that movie.
That's
I definitely would watch that movie. Yeah.
This one's good as well. Contact, discover a new species. Yeah, nice. Maybe see if you can match the font colors. The lunar space and the last wish. I mean, that is a great.
That's an amazing title. Like, you've sold me.
Yeah. Stargirl. I like this. A girl who followed her dreams. Look at that.
Love it.
Yeah, good stuff. There's another star girl. Like it. Very nice. That one's cool. I like that because they've kind of kept that theme of you know, doubling up on the
like layered up, yeah,
layering up, yeah. Love to the Moon and Back, A Romance Tale in the Stars. I like that.
Great.
This is cool.
Oh,
look at that.
I love how they put the astronaut actually like standing.
Yeah, that's great, isn't
cool.
it? The red planet. That's really cool.
Good font use.
The black hole, the Hole of Terror. Good stuff. Maybe try the remove background tool on that image at the bottom. Good stuff. That was Owen Jones rocking it there. Really good. Well done. Yeah. Loads of good stuff there. Right. Let's where are we? Go back here. Right. So you can see my share link is ready. So let me copy that. So don't forget, if you ever want to share your work or anything like that, you can press download. You can't download and share at the same time. So I recommend doing download later once you've pressed share and then publish. See, I've already done this, you see. So what I'll do is I go to publish options. You can, let me make a change. Let's say I'm going to reduce this down a bit. So now it needs to be reshared. Okay. Now you go to share, publish, and it says, we know she made some changes, update your link. So what it will do on the browser is it will give you an almost ready link, okay, which you can copy and then you can put into, you see, I've already published mine, so this will probably be ready to roll already. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Otherwise, in the meantime, you can see the blue line at the top there. That means it's preparing. Okay. Let's give people, let's get this music off and let's give people a quick whistle stop on how you do that on the iPad.
Yeah, so once you've got your project all together, you've got all your elements in, you just go to share at the top and then you go to copy link to clipboard, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
And then this is where on the iPads we can name it. So it didn't let us name it at the start. So I'm just going to tap on that and go to contact. Oh, no, that's not how you spell that. Contact trailer, let's call it. Don't need a wee subtitle, that's fine. Oh, actually, I might just call my subtitle might just be Space Day, so I know when it was made. So then I'll hit done, and then I can just, is that right? Yes, that's how I do it. And then I can just copy link to clipboard, and then that's going to process that.
Yeah, and it always seems to download faster on the iPad, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why. You said that now and it slowed down. It's feels bad for you.
Hey,
do you want to send yours over to me and I can play it?
It's in your emails.
Yes. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to stop sharing because the road's gonna be looking through my emails.
Okay, right. So on mine, you can see it's still preparing here, but I've got my almost ready link. So you can share that with whoever you like, and by the time they get that email or whatever, they'll be able to open it up and play it. But yeah, you can also download it. Just that can take a couple of minutes, so do watch out for that. Right, Ruth, you're ready. Okay,
the big movie.
Get it on. What is this madness? So cool. Right. What I'm going to do now is let me wrestle this back. Okay. Right. Well, that's how you create your 2 challenges. You got your video editing 2 challenge. That's your second challenge. Your first one was obviously the graphics that we did as well. You can use this page. You can revisit it at any time. The most important thing is once you've finished your 2 challenges, do pester your teacher mercilessly and ask them to get some swag. I can send it out. Also, Mr. Needles, I can get some sent out on your side of the pond as well. So for your 2 challenges, you get your swag. And if you then go on to teach other students, pupils in your school how to use these kind of skills, then you get VIP swag. That's how it works. Ruth, that was epic.
That was pretty epic. Yeah.
It was pretty epic. I'm really happy with that. Ruth, any final words just before we sign off?
Yeah, just one is meow.
That's a great way to sign off.
Take that with you. Yeah, that's it.
I hope you enjoyed your intergalactic trip. Mr. Needle says awesome, probably about the swag more than our final comment there. But it's great to have you here. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Do sign up, bit.ly/Adobe Leaders, and we'll see you in another time and another space, most likely.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good way to end. We probably need to end it there before the gags get too